turns heroes into legends. The writing on the wall. Heroes into legends when carrying a soul. 'Cause they run into danger, into the flames they go. It turns heroes into legends. Into legends. Into legends. Into legends.
Well, hello and welcome along, fair adventurers, story lovers, and tale tellers. Welcome to Tales Around the Tavern Fire for your next indulgence in the Shadows over Ferrusmere campaign, the live over the internet kind of live, the D&D 5th edition live play we're doing here live on YouTube. Welcome along. I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. We will jump straight in and say hello to our unlikely lot of fantastic players and see how they're getting on. So how is everyone? Everyone doing okay?
No.
Yeah, right.
So tired.
Oh, bless you all. Bless you all for being so tired on a Sunday evening. Ready for the week ahead. So, we left off last session in the aftermath of the Brey Harbour massacre, Brey Harbour attack. It can be seen in many different ways. As invasion is another good way of saying it, as the streets were filled with the gnashing, gnawing and biting masses of laughing monstrosities. The wonderful group of adventurers did their best to stave off the oncoming infectious tide, and were doing not too bad of a job until the one of the militant arms of the Crimson Order of the Crimson Dawn, the cleansing clergy, descended upon the city streets and took over with a much more of a militarized take no prisoners point of view. The group made their way out of the city to the safety of the cordon as the streets were being cleared by the militia, the City Watch, and the cleansing clergy of the Crimson Dawn. And rest, much needed rest, was had. The night was uneventful for most. Harrowing and upsetting for one, I will say, as Icarus had a surprise visit from his sponsor and was not the best pleased. Yes, now word from our sponsor, Icarus shits himself.
Off I
The next, that very evening, they did meet from the medical tents a peculiar and rather interesting Furbolg, who referred to himself as Reverend, who was healing the sick, and come the end of his duties, decided to take his evening with the party. And come the next day, the party was approached by Captain Blackwall, captain of the City Watch, who shared sentiments with the group as to their own suspicions with the events of the previous day, and has pleaded with the group and paid handsomely for their aid in delivering a missive, a sealed note, to be passed to one Lady Adeline in Ferrusmere City, as during the previous night, Governor Thorne had ridden off to Ferrusmere City, as he and the Inquisitor Cranwell had been called back to the city to discuss and find reason for the events with King Darian III, and to ensure that the entire story was being delivered. Captain Blackwall pleaded for you all to join in and deliver the message. And that is where we left off. You had just been given your horses and a cart, but the cart was then dismissed because everyone got a bit shitty about having horses. And that's where we shall pick up as you make your journey northeasterly towards Ferrusmere. It's a couple of days hard ride to Ferrusmere, about 5 comfortably. So, who is leading the journey north?
I'll lead it.
Okay.
I'll help.
Okay, let's have a survival roll with advantage then, please. 9.
Oh my god, my fucking thing hates. Survival. With advantage, did you say?
Yeah, because you're being aided by Aiden. Aiden's aiding. Aiding Aiden.
There you go, 19.
Don't bother don't mind my roll. I'm just testing to see if it works.
Okay. Well, so 19. So you, for the first couple of days, you do get good tracked with your journey northward. I'm just bringing up my map. I can see exactly where you are.
I'm sorry.
So you do come to one of the main the southern side of one of the main forests in the borderlands of Ferrusmere, and to your northwest you can see just off in the middle distance the forming of Clarithil's Tower. Are you wanting to continue through the forest towards Ferrusmere and follow the trade route?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to need another survival roll. You can do it with advantage if you're being aided again.
Yes. Where did you say we are? Sorry, I've just got the map up.
You're
which forest?
just north of Brey Harbour. There's the large foresting area just to the southeast of Clarithil's Tower. The the broad black line is the bordering of Ferrusmere's domain.
21.
21. Okay, with the 21, you manage to clear path through the forest with relative ease. And you make your way to the other side, and you find that the trade routes are much more populated than they were over the previous couple of days. And you do see passing wagons heading towards Brey Harbour. You see them heading off potentially towards rolling fields and other settlements along the way. And there is a large contingent obviously heading very much towards Ferrusmere City itself.
Okay, I'll continue leading the party through it. Around other people if we have to.
Okay.
Is there a shortcut actually through the wilds that we could take?
You can give me a survival roll yourself to try and dictate one.
No, 8.
You think you might find one, but no, it leads you into some craggy land, and it makes it impassable for the horses. So you do lose half a day's travel in following Null Nine's.
We had horses.
Yeah, everyone's got horses. Everyone was given horses.
Okay. You said everyone got shitty about having horses. Sorry, I thought.
Yeah, there was a whole thing.
It was the whole thing about the cart.
Yeah, people got a bit funny that I
Yeah,
asked for a car.
rule books were reached for.
So I was like,
Actually,
okay, I'll just have a horse then.
conversation was about the size of my character. And they
That's
said,
true.
Ride a horse. The cart just got chipped out of the way because Matt basically went, "Well, fuck it then. If he can do it, I'm doing it." And then that's why the cart was binned out.
Okay.
Couldn't get the car, I could have sold it for more money. But I didn't say that.
Just surprising. Yeah. So, another day and a half's travel. So it takes you the better part of 4 to 5 days, and you do see the sights of Ferrusmere City now ahead of you. You see the wagons. You can even hear the noise of the merchant stalls and small shacks and tents that have been set up outside the city gates of people hawking wares and barkers, trying to get some sort of coin off passing travellers. The city gates themselves.
Speaking of coin, sorry, how much money did we get to deliver this letter?
The purse holds 50 gold coins.
Okay.
What a fucking joke. What's Ferrusmere like? Is it clean? Is it dirty?
Well, the outside of it, with these like this makeshift sort of shanty that's kind of set up out the front of it, it's a bit grimy. The road is very mud trodden. There's
Say it
lots
was a
of
wretched place.
I would say it's a wretched hive, maybe.
Of scum and villainy.
The city gates themselves is a massive ornate structure, and they stand open but heavily guarded by a contingent of the stern-armed soldiers as you approach, and they seem to be scrutinising every newcomer who comes in, not stopping and asking for papers or anything like that. And as you do approach, you do see they are not of the Crimson Dawn. They appear to be, for those who have been to Ferrusmere City in the past, will recognise these to be part of the Iron Garrison, which is the city standing army. As you pass through the gates, you are met with a cacophony of sounds. What?
As we walk towards the city, can I just take a minute to say, have you all been to Ferrusmere City before?
I don't know if I've been to Ferrusmere City.
My case goes yes. My family have holdings and interests in the area.
What about the rest of you? Icarus? You must have
Back
been.
in a second.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Gasp.
In which case, I will just spend a couple of minutes as we're sort of approaching, just kind of telling those who haven't been here before about the city and a little bit about the Crimson Dawn, and just say that they really don't like magic at all. They sort of frown on non-humans and things, so where possible, we really need to try and keep ourselves to ourselves.
Never been to the big city before.
Aiden, you will know that the Crimson Dawn and its fanatics are a font of a lot of distrust of magic users and abhuman species that have innate magic casting abilities. And they are referred to as weird bloods.
Yep.
Is a derogatory term.
So I will sort of relay that to everyone, just make sure we're all on the same page.
Keep those sparkly fingers in your pockets, boys and girls.
Yeah.
As you pass through the gates... Yeah.
Would it be better if I stayed with the horses?
I'm
No,
really
you're
sorry,
right.
Masso. What is your character?
I'm a furbolg.
Oh,
Basically.
okay.
He still looks fairly human.
Fur bulks, they're covered in fur.
Man cows.
Man
were-
cow.
I thought there were. There must be something else then.
If I need to go in, I can also disguise myself.
That's good for you, not so much for the rest of us.
I think it's probably worth just staying as you are and just come with us, but just,
Deal with the racism. Got
I
it.
don't.
oh, yeah.
Actually, they're unlikely to be that much. To be honest, these people are aware of most other races. I know they don't tend to bother dwarves, but that's because we have major dominion. So
Yeah,
they won't bother
you
us.
are relatively humanoid as well. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Those of us who don't look like humans or similar to humans, just try not to draw attention to yourselves.
And yeah, stick with people who do look like human. Don't wander off
Yeah.
on your own.
Good idea.
Okay. The air is heavy with all sorts of smells and sounds from people hawking wares in the streets to conversations and idle chatter, the sounds of children running and playing. The city's denizens dressed in austere robes and attire, and they move about with a sense of purpose. Their faces marked with solemn expressions most of the time, especially those who are, you can see, are of the working class variety. The streets themselves are immaculately clean, thanks to a very zealous devotion to order and cleanliness. The buildings are made of the same grey stone as the walls of the city itself, and many bear religious symbols, large statues and grandiose murals that depict the city's history and the importance of their faith. But as you move through the city, you do see that there is almost like a way station which you have to pass through, and you do see carts being dehorsed and horses being stabled or led away. And you see this rather portly dwarf stood to one side, and he waves your party down and asks you to move to the side. And he's dressed in this black, with quite fine fabric, not quite a silk, more of a heavy cloth, with a undergarmented like leather jerkin you can see as well. He has a almost like a utility belt with several scrolls attached and several pouches, and he pulls one of the scrolls out and lies on a plinth next to him and pulls this long thin piece of what looks like thin black stone, but Matt, you'll know this to be a graphite for him to scrawl with.
So,
For writing.
Yeah. And he starts scribbling down. He says, how long are you in the city for?
Not long.
I step forward. I was going to say, I step forward and I say, yeah, we're just here to deliver a message.
So just for the day then?
Possibly, most of people stay overnight.
Okay. For day and night, housing and board for the horses, it's going to be 20 silver pieces per horse. And I'm going to need a name. Do you have? Is it for an organisation? Do you have a name?
I have. Hang on, just. You can use the name Garrick Lockbreaker.
Right.
Which is my name.
He's a locksmith.
Ah, right. Well, but makes sense for that last name. Very apt. Apt. Wish my cousin John Hancock thought the same. Right. Well,
it does give him a small smile at that.
And he tears off a stub from the parchment and hands it to you, Garrick. He says, "Here you are, Master Lockbreaker. The horses will be taken from you by our stewards, and please present the stub when you are ready to leave. Any further stay past the prepaid time will be accrued in fines that will need to be paid for the release of said animals." Any questions?
We might be required to stay longer because of the task we're carrying out. I presume we just. Is there a station or somewhere we can approach if we're required to stay longer?
If you send one of your underlings with the stub, and they can reorganise that with us here at the way station.
Right.
Underlings.
My character smiles at that. And he says, alright. Yeah, well. Let's go and deliver the message, shall we?
And you walk in to the city itself. And as you're walking around, you do see past the surface level of standard big city busyness and the smells and the activity. You walk further into the city and you do see that the populace further into the quarters is very deeply devout. A lot of them. I mean, a lot of them are giving. You won't even need to roll for this. Are giving you very, very strange looks and suspicious side eyes. For those of you who have been here before, there is almost like a "You Are Here" placard map that's been laid out in the welcoming square, where there is a small, like pretty fountain in the middle, with a couple of cherubs spitting water at each other. And on the map, you can see there is the where you are now, which is the Common Quarter, which is the largest and most diverse part of the city. It's where most of the city's low income and medium income people live. There's numerous taverns and inns and restaurants in the quarter, as well as shops and businesses. You do see that there is where's it gone? There is the merchant quarter, which is the commercial heart of the city, where the trade, the auctions, and a lot of the commerce takes place, and like realtors and acquisitions. There are numerous market shops and guild halls located there. Then you have the civic quarter, which is the administration and governmental centre of the city, and it's where the city council meets and where the city's courts are located. The civic quarter is also home to many of the city's libraries and museums. And then on top of that, you have the royal quarter, which is the oldest part of the city and the most affluent. It's where the royal family themselves reside. The royal palace is located, as well as the Grand Chapel, which is the beating heart of the Order of the Crimson Dawn. So what would you like to do?
Would I know where the lady hangs out? High Priestess, right? So... Oh no, that's the wrong one. Wait. God, I had it just a minute ago. Hang on.
Is that Lady Adeline?
Oh, she was with
Yeah.
us, yeah. Okay, I don't have information about her. Do I know her? Do I know her?
You can give me
No,
a history check.
I'll be right back.
I'm super good at those. Oh, I'm not too bad at those.
That's not bad at all. You do know that she is. She's not so much. She has a place of work. She's very much a philanthropist. You know that she is a patron of the Royal Library and has made many donations. She is also a patron of the Spire of Arcane Knowledge and the university as well. But because of her reach, she does. Sorry?
Is it just called the university, or does it have a name?
It's just the University of Ferrusmere.
Okay.
They were that brazen about it. The university.
Thoughtful name.
I've just seen that someone's graffitied on the map. How dare you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You do know that because of like the reach of her affluence and influence, that she does hold a bit of sway. So if anything, she would be somewhere near the civic quarter, potentially even one of those places of interest. But hey, asking around doesn't help.
Hmm.
So the city is yours. What would you like to do? Stop it, Scott.
Not yet.
Right.
So, presumably we don't have a real map for this.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Looking at the UI here placard map, how far away are the locations that you mentioned? So the Royal Library, the Spire of Arcane Knowledge, the university.
The university is in the civic quarter, which is probably about 45 minutes on foot. You could probably do it through some decent winding streets. The main thoroughfares will certainly get you there. For those, if you're not that familiar with the city's back streets, probably not the best idea to go that way. You're smart enough to know that. But yeah, to go up through to the civic quarter, which then obviously edges onto the royal quarter where the Royal Library is as well. So, are you heading to the civic quarter?
Yeah, probably looking out for somewhere to stay on the way through.
Okay.
Having been here before, I probably would have stayed somewhere before, so I know where they're likely to accept people like us.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get reimbursed for room and boarding?
Probably not.
Oh,
Probably not, no. Well, we got 50 gold, we can just come out of that, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true. Who's carrying that? Okay, I'll carry that.
Are you looking for somewhere
Volunteer,
in
but
the common quarter?
Where would I think we're most likely to be accepted? Words.
Instantly, you think that the place you're most likely to be accepted is going to be in the common quarter, as you do see there are many abhumans and a variety of species still walking around here. A lot of them do keep themselves to themselves, and they are some who can't do such, like some of the more distinct species from human are given wide berths and almost like
Okay.
purposely avoided.
Yeah. Probably here then.
Okay. From being here before, you would have stayed at the Hearthstone Inn.
Can we quick travel there?
yeah, well,
You need to get there
okay, we know
first.
the way, so
Yeah, we've got to find the waypoint first.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, assuming that it's kind of in the right direction, then I'll sort of lead the guys there. And and see if we can book some rooms.
Okay. The Hearthstone is a very small jaunt further into the common quarter. And as you get closer, you round the corner, and you do see it. It's almost like a lean-to sort of roof on it. It's seen better days, absolutely. But it is a welcoming sight to you in this lion's den of a city. And as you enter, you do see it. It's late morning at this point, and there is a fair bit of traffic inside. You see a few tables taken up. You see Silas the minstrel is sat in a corner playing with his fiddle, which seems to be nice and entertaining and trying to keep things upbeat. And you see, as you scan behind the bar, you see Alara and Eamon behind there busy serving. Eamon getting an earful from Alara for dropping a few bottles.
I presume that's fairly
Okay, I
normal.
will.
What was that?
I presume that's fairly normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, yeah, I will approach the bar and wait for her to stop yelling, and then
Yes.
get her attention.
Look, if you need to take more than 3, just take a tray. I don't know. Oh, hi, sorry. Hey, welcome to the Hearthstone. I'm Alara. How can I help you? Get out of it now.
Thank you. We wondered if you had any rooms for this evening.
Is it for the 6 of you?
Yes.
Okay. Bit of a pause there. A bit weird. But not a problem.
I was counting cameras. It's fine.
Are any of you sharing rooms? Singles, doubles? This is things we need to know.
Yeah.
Reverend
Well, it
needs
depends
a
what you've
bed
got
to
available.
himself.
One
Right.
single at least.
Okay, not a problem. We should be able to count for all of you. It's going to be It's going to be a silver a night, and that's going to be breakfast included in the price for that. So, how long are you staying?
One night at the moment, if that's okay. We may have to stay longer, but we can deal with that tomorrow if that's okay by you.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Are you wanting anything to feast now? Are you wanting any food, any drink, anything we can do for you?
I will turn to the others and see what they want to do.
I would
That's
suggest we
it,
make
fine.
our delivery before we sit for food.
Okay. In which case, we'll be back probably later for some food.
Right, okay, not a problem. You guys get quite lively here in an evening. Silas, when you get a few ales in him, you can really try and turn this place loose. So I do apologise if that's not what you're looking for, but hey, welcome to Ferrusmere City. Yeah, we'll be here. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, I've got to go to elsewhere now. Apologies.
Do you
Eamon!
want... She like holds out the silver pieces. Do you want the money? Or...
Oh, yep, sorry, yep. And she holds her hand out to take them. And she takes them off you.
Pay
And...
for the purse that we got from that person.
Okay, cool. So mark down 6 silvers.
Silver.
Okay, and she whacks it away, and she takes down all of your names, and you are all given room keys. Those who have decided if they're sharing a room, you can get 1 key between you. Decide who has it. And she
you wanna
covers
share?
herself.
I'll share with you.
Alright.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I'll share with you. I was going to say it's a good idea to put Icarus and the Teddy together, but it's probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
Unless you want knives at midnight.
Hmm.
I don't need
I
a ring.
apologize. Reverend is too large to cuddle.
Don't
Aww.
worry, I'll find you a giant snake.
I'm
to
sure
cuddle,
you'll
it's
find
fine.
someone, yeah.
Excellent. So, you head back out. Where are you going?
To the Civic Quarter, I guess.
Into Civic Quarter, okay. A brisk walk later. The sights of the city are, as you get towards the Civic Quarter, become much more self-serving, grandiose. You see lots of statues of previous kings and queens, previous rulers, heads of state. You see epitaphs of what look like scripture, taken like phrasings, etched onto like stone monuments, such as allow not the weird to enter your heart, or it will poison your blood for a lifetime, and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. And as you get into the civic quarter, you going for the library, the university, you say?
Or whatever's closest, I guess.
Okay, so you go for the university, and you do see it is a grand building, and there seems to be some work renovating going on as it's still in use. I see maybe a wing is being built, or some other repair work towards the eastern end of the building. As you enter the southern-facing entrance through the open quad, you do see lots of young scroll-carrying individuals talking and arguing and debating. You enter a very nice dark oak floored entrance reception, and in front of you do see sat behind a desk, you see a human female who looks up at you as welcome to Ferrusmere University. How can I help you?
We are looking for a Lady Adelaine. Is that how you say it?
Lady Adelaine.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, she's not in at the minute. She was called away for a meeting this morning. We didn't get the missive until we arrived for work today, unfortunately. She's been called to where's she gone? I just had it. Where's she gone? Yeah, she's been called up to the palace for a meeting with the king. Is there anything I can help with?
Out of character, guys, you're gonna have to help me out here because I don't know what the guy said when he asked you to deliver the letter.
No, he specifically said we have to deliver it to her.
And no one else.
Did he give any more? Okay.
No.
Did he say no
nothing
one else?
said.
Oh, welcome back.
Did he say no one else?
I think he said no one else.
Well, he didn't
DM?
say you can deliver it to whoever. He said deliver it to her. And as far as my character is concerned, having dealt with things like this in the past, where you hand off something to somebody and it doesn't actually get to where it needs to go. Not that my character would ever be involved in that kind of thing. He's quite specific. He believes it's quite important.
He also believes that it holds helping and telling the true story of what happened at Brey Harbour.
DM, can you confirm what was or was not said? If you're feeling
Captain
indulgent or if not.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Captain Blackwall said that he were to give it to her, to make sure that Governor Thorne is not going to be press ganged into anything and politically ambushed, was his terms that he used. And he doesn't know who else to trust.
Delivered to her? I don't know.
No.
No,
Okay.
no one checked.
So basically, take this letter to her direct.
Okay.
Do not pass.
Um,
not collect 200.
Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 gold. We got 50 gold. That counts. Okay. In which case, in answer to the humans questioned, I will say, unfortunately, not. Do you have any idea when she might be returning?
Unfortunately, no. I know that she does have she has a lecture that she's performing this afternoon, but I'm not sure when she'll be back, unfortunately.
What time is the lecture?
Not until about 3:30. Yes,
Okay.
Ferrusmere operates on a 24-hour clock.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Could you tell us where the lecture is to be held? We might try and catch her there.
Lecture Hall C, and she gives you directions to Lecture Hall.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
How long until the lecture?
This is mid morning at this point, so you've got like a good 6-7 hours nearly.
Mm-hmm. Reverend will start walking towards the lecture hall. I am
6 in the
willing
morning,
to
apparently.
wait.
According to the bells.
You do see there are what's your natural perception, Theodore?
I don't know. May I have my £8.30 gold? 12.
You're £8.30 gold.
£8.30? What?
Well, 50 divided by 6.
Oh, I see.
Is
You can have
£8.33.
£8.29.
Nice.
Hang on, he needs to save 20 for the 20 silver for for his horse.
To pay Judas.
2 gold.
No, I
Off
don't.
that.
Wait, 20 silver? How much did he say it was?
Oh no, silver. It's
5 silver a day, wasn't it?
No, it was. I thought it was 20 silver per horse.
Here's a gold, Martin. I'm putting down
Martin,
7.
how much was it?
Oh,
For the horses, it was 20 silver a day.
Yeah.
Per horse, okay.
So
So
6
everybody
horses.
take 7 gold.
Okay.
And I'm not carrying the bag anymore.
But Theodore, what did you say your passive perception was?
it's like 12.
Okay. You have noticed the bell has rung, and it has rung again. For a good number of times. Yeah.
Okay.
And you do see that people have taken note, and some people have left the building and left the entrance area. Like they've just down tools and gone.
And what time did you say it is, sorry?
This is roughly, let's call it 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Okay. So we can probably assume that it's like first lecture of the day. And that we're not just about to be attacked, hopefully.
No, that's that bell.
for whom the bell tones.
Followed by.
Shit.
Okay.
So turning to the party, seeing that Reverend has already started to walk off. What do you want to do? We've got 6 hours until she might be back.
We could try seeing if we could get an audience with her at the palace.
I
Yeah.
can't see him letting a bunch
I
of
don't
nobody
really want
riffraffs
to do that.
that are gonna
Yeah.
I'll have you know, I'm not
Unwanted.
nobody.
a well-known.
Actually, that's true.
Well,
I've performed in Ferrusmere before. I'm sure
And how's
she's a
your-
fan.
Born for the king.
How's your playing today, Icarus? Because you seem to be struggling.
Yeah, it's going. It's still working.
It's something.
Taking the pills the doctor's prescribed, I'm fine.
What is happening?
someone's having a dig.
Yeah.
And the other person's being really polite and not actually taking the bait, which is good. Which is really good.
Okay, so have you performed for the Royals? Do you think you can get us in there?
Have I?
Over the 2 years, you would have performed for some of the lesser members of the royal family, such as like cousins.
Cool.
But yes, you can say I've performed for royalty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yes, I have performed for royalty. I'll see if some of those members would like an encore, shall we say?
It just sounds utterly sexual when you're saying it like that. It's not good.
It's meant to be.
It's a bard, it's supposed to.
So Icarus can deliver the missive.
Well, that's assuming he can get in contact with her direct.
Well, indeed.
Let's just see if he can get in there first.
I'm assuming I'd have some sort of contact who like set up the gigs before for the Royals.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'll give you a name if you like.
Yes, please.
Hi, ChatGPT. Human male.
No,
Human male
fantasy
in contact
name.
with the High Royal family.
Fantasy name generator, male, human.
Yeah.
Pretty much how it goes.
Steve, could it be Steve?
Steve Smith.
It's-
It'd be Stephen,
Steve.
wouldn't he? Really, if it's working in the palace.
you can have Caleb
John
Sinclair.
Killian Sinclair.
Charlemagne,
Caleb Sinclair.
Caleb. Okay.
half
Hang on a
geek,
second.
half noble.
Sinclair. Caleb Sinclair. Possibly religious.
Sort your fucking cupboard out. Jesus.
That is
And-
not a cupboard. That is a shoving space.
And straight in your fucking lampshade.
Yeah, that's
Oh
so
my god,
annoying.
he's part of the rock hard crew.
Not sure if I want to know what that is. You know?
Martin,
I'm glad
Right.
you're
Can
rock
you-
hard.
can
Martin.
you
put your
please-
arm out. Turn around.
Can you just?
A little bit more.
No, the other side.
Yeah, up.
Go the other.
I don't know if you can reach
Can you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, there we go. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what the problem is with that though, right?
As soon as you let go.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes.
Do you know why
You
though?
need that.
It's
you
be-
need
It's
that.
because I gave
did you
it.
break it?
I gave it an absolute hammer punch when I was on my meta quest.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but the guy didn't survive it, so it's okay. It's fine. I felt justified.
Was it super hot by any chance?
No, it was Blade and Sorcery Nomad. Go and try it out now.
Oh, that's a good game.
I've busted many light lamps playing that super hot VR.
Yeah, I nearly hit Elspeth in the face playing Beat Saber the other day. So
Oh.
I'm going to walk past you. I'm like, that's nice.
Don't get too close.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I have punched my sister in the face when I was playing Beat Saber, and I've got an HTC Vive, so the controller's like this big.
God,
Yeah.
you can kill someone with those things.
Sorry,
Knock
Abby.
them the fuck out.
Right, so what's the plan? What are you doing?
Well, I think we're going to go to
yeah,
the royal
I think-
court to get an.
Reverend,
Gonna find,
come back.
Caleb.
Start walking back.
Go.
Would I know where he lives, or was it like a place of work type deal?
It's more a case of like it's one of like the lesser offices that's attached to the palace. Because the palace isn't just like royal abode, there is like internal government workings that happen there. So there are like offices for like the upper echelons, there is conferences, emissaries, ambassadors, dignitaries will all have like dwellings or abodes that are like there for them when they visit.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll head there.
Okay. And you head towards the royal quarter. As you head towards the royal quarter, away from the university, you get a faint whiff on the air of smoke. And as you continue walking, you see that there is quite a throng of people walking with you. And the throng's getting bigger.
Wait,
And
we're
so
not at the head of a mob this time.
No, you're not at the head of a mob. There's no cannons on
time.
walls ready to just... Yeah, not yet.
Hey man, that wasn't us.
No, I know. But it was so funny.
Not for the poor buggers you shot, it wasn't.
Well, that was their own fault. Where is it?
Don't know.
There. You see that the buildings you're in the streets that you're entering now are much grander, much more gothic. The design is different from the rest of the city, and this is giving you the indication that you are now in the royal quarter or just entering it. The smoke smell is thick, and there is another twinge on that scent, and you can't quite place it until you walk around the corner, and amongst the view ahead of you, you see a sea of people. You see cheering, booing people. You see people looking shocked and horrified. at the burning pyre in front of them, with 2 humanoids, or the remains of, you can see, attached to it. A blazing pyre. Behind the pyre, you see the steps of the Grand Chapel.
Not this way.
And you see lining in front of the pyre many white-robed hooded figures. You hear lots of litanies, and a woman in slightly more regal-looking white robes stands on a raised platform to the side of the pyre, and she looks out with a look of satisfaction over the crowd.
Wow, off you go, Cabal.
And her expression, she looks to the pyre, the expression almost turns to like a stern disgust before looking back over the crowd. She gestures to the pyre. Behold, dear faithful, the fate that befalls those who stray from the righteous path, who embrace the abominable and profane. The cleansing fire purges our beloved Ferrusmere City of impurity, ensuring the sanctity of our divine order. Parts of the crowd erupt in fervent applause and chants of praise. Their faith in the High Priestess, Selene, unwavering. She continues, her words carrying the weight of divine authority. Let this sight be a reminder to all that the Crimson Dawn's lights will pierce the darkest of shadows, that our devotion to purity and righteousness is unwavering. The heretical and the profane shall find no sanctuary here. Yes!
All that my character does is shake his head, and yeah. Because the dwarves aren't quite like that.
You do see that the majority of the crowd, you see them, their spirits almost raised with zeal after this, reinforcing their loyalty to the order which has raised them up from the mud. And
off you go, Icarus.
Yeah. You see the road figures start to turn, and then they walk towards the steps that lead up to the Grand Chapel as the gates open, and they follow the High Priestess in. And the crowd, like, some mill around.
Very near them.
But you know the pathway doesn't go through the Grand Chapel towards the Royal Palace, but it does ebb off to the side, and you can walk around.
That's what I'm going to do. I don't want to get involved with the cultists, especially when I look like a devil.
Yeah. What's your natural perception, Icarus?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Shit,
I
we're doing
think
the
it's
same
a
character
12.
again.
12? Okay. It's enough for you to notice those who are being less obvious about looking at you with sneers, and you do see others looking like, oh, that's Icarus. Oh, I saw him perform in Rolling Field. Yeah, that was a good night. And
yeah,
you,
like smile and wave,
Yeah.
and just keep going.
Oh my boy.
Smile and
and you
wave.
do see like small groups of 2s and 4s of white-robed individuals with red streaks going down the centre of the robes, passing by. As
That's what it should have been.
Do they have pointed hoods?
Little.
Multiple cut out for
as
their eyes.
you do see as you pass by the front of the Grand Chapel, there is a statue, almost like a diorama out the front. Grand thing. It's about 15 feet tall, of a heavy plate armored individual, grand wings, and the spear driving down into this demon looking creature while standing on its chest.
Is it possible to tell what race the humanoids are?
What on the pyre?
On the fire, yeah.
You can give me an investigation check.
I'm going to keep an eye on the crowd to see if anyone's taking a special interest to us as we try and pass by.
Give me a perception check with advantage, 9. So Aidan with a 16 for the investigation. You can tell from what remains of one of them was certainly a tiefling, possibly, or a faun of some kind. There was definitely a horned head on one of the skulls, but the flesh has been burnt away so much it's impossible to tell which, but it's definitely either tiefling or a faun of some kind. The other one, it was unfortunately is not really discernible. I'm going to give you your answer in a two-parter, 9. Firstly, yes, lots, but I need you to define what you mean by special interest.
Following our pass more
Right.
closely than what they probably should be,
Okay.
other than giving us passing glances and sneers.
With the 21, you do get the feeling that you're being watched, potentially even followed.
Can I spot who's potentially following me?
Are you trying to do this overtly? Are you trying to be subtle about it?
Yeah.
Trying to be subtle. Okay, it's going to be a higher DC, but yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. Is that with advantage or?
No,
Okay.
no, because you're trying to be subtle about it, so that takes away any sort of.
24.
Oh shit! Okay. You have felt this way since you left the civic quarter, that you had these eyes on you, but it's not until you start leaving the plaza in front of the Grand Chapel that you notice that there's these two brown cloaked individuals who you could swore you saw back in the civic quarter, and they seem to be not like right behind you, but they seem to be keeping step some distance behind.
Okay. I'll whisper to Aiden to let her know that we're being followed by two people.
Can I see them at all, like subtly, without making it super obvious that I'm looking at them?
That's going to be a perception again. Trying to be subtle about it. It's going to be a higher DC.
If she's told me about them, can I have advantage on it?
No, but I will lower the DC.
Okay. Oh dear.
Oh, no. It's a nice try, though.
Where? Okay, I will just sort of nod to let her know that I heard her.
What's the statue? What's the thing it's killing?
Some demonic monster. A monstrosity of some kind.
Generic.
Yeah.
Is Uriel chiseled?
It is a very, very buff portrait of said individual.
Weird.
Oh, he's
People that have
attractive.
wings.
There is a plaque. There is a plaque.
Oh, what does it say?
It says, "The light shall pierce the darkness."
Bruh.
And
Can I just check who's being killed?
okay.
Is that Uriel?
give me an investigation.
Oh yes, the Great Divorce.
That's one way
You
to
think you'd
pierce your wife.
survive a divorce?
It's some horned demonic monstrosity. With an 11, that's all I'm going to give you.
Horny devil.
Bat wings.
Can anyone else look at that statue?
somewhere in another time and place, and the mayor just went,
That's cool.
I was waiting for that.
Actually, I think I'm now on 5. Technically, it's 5.
Yeah.
It gets reset
I
when you
can't-
get in real trouble.
I
Like when they
can't
blow.
Keep doing this.
okay.
I can't keep adding them from this game because we're not here. But we will pick up where we left off when we get to campaign through.
I get enough of that from Scott. I don't need it from you now as well.
What? We all do it. Oh.
Some time passes, and eventually you do come to the grounds of the royal palace. You do see the main gateway is guarded by 4 troops from the Iron Garrison in resplendent armour with ornate detailing, dress armour, if you will, as they stand to attention at the gates. Lots of people are stopping and oohing and ahhing, tourists mainly.
See, the main problem with dress armor is it's not practical. You can't fight in it properly.
Yeah, you can take the fighter out of the armour, but you can't take the... No, wait, that doesn't work. Yeah.
You can kill the fighter in the armor if they're in ceremonial armor.
Yeah. If they're a shit fighter.
I'm gonna like gently like push Icarus forward.
Icarus, you are nudged in front of the group.
Great.
You're the one supposed to be getting us in.
I'll go up to him. Oh yes, I'm here to see Caleb Sinclair. That was the name, right? What is going on with your camera, Martin?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's having a hard time.
I'm being taken over by the Matrix. I don't know. Hang on, I'll try and sort it out.
You're just gonna slap it, aren't you?
Restart.
I'm
Turn it
gonna-
off and back on
I'm
again.
going to beat the shit out of it.
I have to do that.
There was-
Now.
There was a clear
There we go.
divide there. Turn it off and turn it on again. Beat it.
Oh, I have to punch my camera every so often to get it to work.
So it knows.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
you said if I touch my camera in any inappropriate way, it won't work. So when I say inappropriate, I mean if I'm not touching it with a single finger and just moving it very slightly, then it'll crash and breaks.
Did you actually get a camera recently?
No, I've had
Or is
this
this
Oh,
on
yeah.
your phone?
Masso,
No.
Masso.
This is my
Yeah, I-
proper. This is a proper camera. I've had it for years. It's
You're just finally
when I
using
moved-
it.
Well, I finally found it. I have to be honest.
Yeah, so hang on. A whole 2 years of your bullshit of going, no, I'm not going to plug my camera in. No, fuck that shit. I'm never going to do that. It's just because you didn't know where it was.
So it took
Yeah.
you 2 years to find it, and then you touched it with one finger
And
constantly.
I touch it with if I move it now, it will crash. I'll have to log out and log back in again.
Let's not chance
Yeah.
it. Let's not chance this
It's
bullshit.
crap, basically.
I think you just broke
It's just.
Scott.
I just find it interesting that he has a fucking camera after all this time.
Anywho,
Don't tell everyone. They might not know.
Icarus, what did you say to them?
I'm here to see Caleb Sinclair. He's an old friend.
Do you have an appointment, sir?
Yeah.
First question, he fucking crumbles. What bullshit is
Do I have an
that?
appointment? No, but Caleb would want to see me. Tell me tell him if you could let him know that Icarus is here.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Absolutely.
Have we lost
How
Robin?
does a
Probably just disappeared for a bit.
nat 20 sound?
Pretty good.
It sounds like a 28 on a skill
Sorry.
check.
Well, 28 is skill check. Okay.
He goes, oh yeah, I think I saw you. Rolling Fields 4 months ago.
Yes, I did.
Fantastic.
I did play then.
Amazing. That trick with the goat. Brilliant.
It never saw it coming.
No, you did not.
What did you do to a goat?
I'll go
Fuck
see
him
if
over.
he's available. Just do you want to come wait inside for a bit, and then
Absolutely.
open the gates and God, open these great.
I have to bring my
arms.
entourage, obviously.
Well, yeah. Well, I would have expected it. Please, you're all welcome.
I pull out my flute, as if prepared.
Fucking jazz flute.
Don't mess with Reverend when he's on one. You are.
I'll
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say I'll follow I'll just follow them in. I don't have a musical instrument with me, so it's fine.
Just whistle.
Yeah, that'll do.
You.
While you work.
Well, I have a flute. I will also pull out my flute.
I do not have a musical instrument.
Start doing percussion on your horns.
Lucky
I
for me,
think
don't
I
have
actually
one.
have a spare flute in my backpack.
I'll just sidle up to. What's he called? Reverend, and offer to play cowbell.
Oh,
Or cowbell.
my heart, it hurts.
I get the joke.
I've got a mess kit, so technically I can play the spoons.
I mean, wouldn't that be a triangle? You could have a triangle call for dinner.
The guard leads you through these exquisite gardens. You see marble benches under like rose arches. You see a manner of exotic animals, which are very comfortably at home. You see there are ladies in waiting. You see other courtiers wandering the grounds. Some of them giving the odd look. Some of the courtiers are pointing and whispering and giggling to themselves as you approach one of the main building of the palace from one of the side entrances. And the guard gestures for the doors to be open. They open, and you're led into an antechamber. He said, "If you wait here, I'll see if Caleb's available."
Is there an uncle chamber?
That's what-
Shut the fuck up.
And good night, folks. That's the end of campaign 2.
You should just take psychic damage, I think.
Sorry, did I say thank God?
That wasn't me for once.
No, I think I know who that was.
They don't.
Anyway, there are some comfortable seatings. There's a couple of chaise longues. There's a display of flower displays on the central table, along with some bowls of dates and fruits as well.
What date is it?
Well, I'll be right back in a sec.
Theodore stays at fucking level 1 for this campaign.
It's alright, I'm at level 3.
I could take away levels.
Do it.
So if you hang on here, I'll go see if Caleb's available. And he leaves through an adjoining door. Sit around.
Awesome.
Anything you'd like to do or talk about while you're waiting?
Matt will probably case the joint for what he can rob. So I'll put that out there for him if he chooses.
Rob's a fruit bowl.
I'm gonna
Reverend will
try-
play a single note on his flute.
like,
See if he still remembers how to play that one note.
give me a performance check.
A disadvantage. Or advantage.
I don't know how long's
I
it
have
been.
an 8 intelligence.
Oh my god!
And a -1 charisma. I think I have 8 in both. So it's not good. But I'm still proficient with it.
Claire, I do actually have a spare
It's a
flute if you want it.
3.
You think you remembered it, but it's flat. It is a bad note. Takes you a couple of moments of just blowing it constantly before you realise.
Just like when I learned it.
Nolan, what did you say you're doing?
I'm going to be trying some of the fruits and dates and stuff like that on the table.
All fresh. Almost like they were freshly picked today. Very tasty. That's all. There's just fruits. There's nothing special about these ones. Time passes. You're waiting about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and eventually the doors open, and you see this rather lithe, thin individual with like neck long blonde hair, very wavy, been out of his face. He goes, "Icarus! Oh my good gods, it is so good to see you again!" And he rushes up and he gives you a hug.
Caleb, it's so good to see you too.
What brings you back to Ferrusmere? I thought you were doing a tour of the Southern Territories.
Poverty, failed career, desperation.
Shut up, Bear.
Your retinue seems to have diversified, I should say.
Oh yes, my entourage. They're doing very well. Yes. Unfortunately, it's the attack on Brey Harbour has brought me here, but
Oh, that's.
we were hoping that we could, as you once helped me before, arrange a meeting with some of the royals, particularly the king.
That's it's no.
Get us close to someone who may help.
I mean, it's no small order. I mean, the attack on Brey Harbour is horrifying news when we heard about it. I mean, the king's in talks right now with some other higher ups and peace movers.
We were there, and we were also. God, the Inquisitor's name.
Not gonna give it to you.
Yeah, I know you're going to give it. We're also there to witness the.
If only you had a note taker in the group.
Was it?
I've just written down an Inquisitor. I didn't know we knew his name.
Really lifelike.
It's on my phone, but I'm not touching that right now.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, the Inquisitor's in there now as well.
Ooh.
Lady Adeline, she about?
Yeah, how do you know she was here?
Because we got a message for her as well.
Right, yeah, she's in the meeting too.
Cool, can we see her when she's free?
I mean,
That's a week.
Less than the king.
give me a persuasion roll, Icarus. You can roll with advantage because you're getting backed up.
Found. If my bloody doodad with advantage.
With advantage.
Click. How? Ooh. Ooh. 16.
Meets the DC, beats the DC.
Ooh.
He's like, no, I really shouldn't. I mean, I could take the letter for you, and make sure she receives it.
No, it's to be placed up in
Or-
her hand directly from the
The
guy.
bear said it. I was going to say for her eyes only.
He's a very serious bear.
He's a very serious bear. Ironic, isn't it?
The sentence doesn't make sense in my head, but I'm gonna forget it before I have a headache. Very, very well. I suppose I could get you to the door at least. Come with me. Come with me. And you're led further into the palace, and you see beautiful red and blue tapestried corridors with purple velveting carpets with red inlays running throughout. You see servants dotted every so often as you look down round corners and other down cross points between corridors. You see doors after doors, and you do see hanging paintings and murals of different landscapes from the continent of Ferrusmere in its totality. And you see a set of double doors as you're approaching. There are some raised voices you can hear beyond it. And there is one guard, a portly individual, stood up front, trying to look proud in his ill-fitting armour. He goes, "Hey, Jensen, I'm we've got a message for Lady Adelaide. She needs it immediately. The meeting's not to be disturbed. I'm not to let anyone in. Jensen, come on. Please, this is important. Lady Adelaide needs to get this message. I've been told... Look, I'll get you in to see my people for the event in 2 days' time. You asked me about it. I don't know what you want to do with that donkey. I mean, I could tell everyone... No, shut up, shut up. Fine. And he knocks on the door. And the door's opened from the inside by another guard. There's an important message delivery for Lady Adelaide. Right, bring it in. And who has the message?
I think I took it.
Are you going in?
You did.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I'll follow her in.
As you walk through the door closes.
Oh, fuck.
You hear on the other side as you approach, you're in a hallway with a sort of polished marble floor, and at the far end you do see a grand what you could easily mistake for a dining table, but it is as you get close you do see it is a very wide conference table with a etched and raised modelled map of the continent of Ferrusmere and the surrounding seas in the middle of it. And you do see sat at the table, at one end of it, you see sat at the head of the table is Governor Thorn. And to his right you see is an older to about maybe late 50s, early 60s man in very regal dress with a brass crown, and then to his left you do see sat Inquisitor Cranwell, who you remember from Brey Harbour, and opposite them opposite Thorn on the other end you do see Lady Adeline, and the atmosphere is tense. And you hear the following conversation as you approach. Starting with Governor Thorn as he addresses King Darian. Your Majesty, the attack on Brey Harbour was a grave incident. This cult that we've been investigating is grown bolder, and it threatens the stability of the realm in whole. Inquisitor, I trust you've gathered valuable information on the perpetrators? Indeed, Governor. Our agents have been diligent in their investigations. The attack on Brey Harbour has exposed a vulnerability in the region, my king. It is clear that the city needs the firm hand of Ferrusmere to maintain order. The king sits there, his brow furrowed. What do you suggest, Inquisitor? The Inquisitor leans in on the table. Your Majesty, I propose that for a temporary time that Brey Harbour returns to the embrace of Ferrusmere City, where our vigilant Crimson Dawn can ensure its safety. They are clearly ill-equipped to handle this growing threat. From across the table, Lady Adeline stands quickly. Inquisitor, such a move would be a harsh and unwelcome change for the people of Brey Harbour. They have a long history of independence. They've strived to maintain this dignity which they earned. Independence is a luxury that can no longer be afforded in these times, my lady. It is time for the Laughing God's cult and others' threats to be eradicated, and the only way to do so is under Ferrusmere's watchful eye. Governor Thorn nods along to both of them, ever trying to be the peacekeeper. King Darian, I echo the Inquisitor's sentiments. Brey Harbour's safety is of paramount importance, and it has to be the top priority. The people of Brey Harbour may not realise it now, but it could be for their own good. King Darian exchanges glances with Lady Adeline, his expression's troubled by the very difficult decision that's been laid before him. The fate of Brey Harbour and the larger struggle against this attack and those behind it hangs in the balance, and the room is holding its breath as the conversation's about to continue. Until Governor Thorne turns and says, "Oh, can we help you? We're kind of in the middle of something here." Apologies, my lord, my lady, my king. An urgent message has been delivered for Lady Adeline. Lady Adeline stands up again and walks around the table, looks at you up and down inquisitively, and goes, "Yes, my dear?"
A message from the city of Brey Harbour, the guard captain. Orders to deliver straight to yourself.
I see.
And I'll hand it over to her.
She breaks the seal in front of you and opens it up and opens up the parchment letter. And it's just one sheet that's been folded and sealed. Interesting. I see. Inquisitor, in your reports, you made no mention of the attack on the watch sentries at the port. The Inquisitor, instantly you see the colour drains from his face. This would indicate that this was not from lack of defence. This was from having no defence at all, because it was taken. This surely puts up the prospect that Brey Harbour can't defend itself when it wasn't even given the chance to. You see Governor Thorne kind of like sit back on his laurels a little bit and breathe a kind of bit of relief. As she turns back to goes, thank you.
No, 9.
No, 9. I appreciate you bringing me this missive. If you would like to wait outside, I shall see that you are duly rewarded and compensated for your time. You have my thanks.
I'll give her a little nod of respect and make my way out.
You make your way out, and as the door closes behind you, there are a lot more raised voices going on. Did you manage to... Caleb fights up. So, message delivered? Yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. Let's get you out of here before I get in any trouble. And he starts to lead you away again. And you end up back in the antechamber, which is just adjacent from the uncle chamber. And says, right, I'm going to have to leave you here. Icarus, I'm kind of serendipitous that you've turned up, because I do have something I'm looking to hold in about 3 weeks' time. If you're going to be available at all, do you think?
How long's it been since the last moon? It was literally been like a day, hasn't it?
Today is the first day of the new moon.
So yeah,
So
I'll be available.
Yeah, so you got 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be available. Yeah, 100%.
Fantastic. I'm trying to put a get together. Some sort of it's going to be an evening into nighttime event. Excuse me, sorry. For some emissaries who heard of your exploits but hadn't experienced the dazzlement of your performances, for the city of Darkaldr, the Dwarven capital. So we're looking to hold something in the ruins just west of Clarithor's Tower. So if you could potentially be 3 weeks from tomorrow, that would be fantastic. If I can potentially book you, can I get you down as a yes? Can I?
Yeah, absolutely. And I will. I'll make a jot in my own journal of the date.
Fantastic, excellent. So we'll sort as I leave you. We'll talk pay very soon. Yes.
100%.
Fantastic. I will try my best to get a hold of you. Where are you going to be for the next few days?
I'd imagine in Ferrusmere. I don't see us going anywhere soon.
Excellent. Where are you staying?
I'm not yet. We've just arrived.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
I am.
You are. We're staying
You are.
the Hearthstone Inn.
Oh, I must have missed that. So,
Yeah, I think that was when you were away.
Yeah, you stepped
that's
away
fine.
from
we're at the Hearthstone Inn.
the Hearthstone Inn. Fantastic. Wonderful little place. Very chic. Very you. So yes, leave that with me. I will have a runner send the contract over, and we'll get that sorted. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed your time. Time for you to go. Bye. And he darts back out the entrance door. And you are...
He seems very quick.
Yes, I've met his type before.
Lady Adeline did say to wait outside.
Oh, sorry, what? What, outside the meeting?
I think so.
Oh, well, that's over there. We just left there. You should have said you have to wait outside.
We can. I feel like we can probably wait here.
Yeah, that's fine. We're here, sure. So, what happened in the meeting? Come on, spill the beans. What's going on?
Maybe something that should be talked about another time.
You see, my character has no interest in this. No interest in this at all. He's just like, yeah, let's just see how it goes.
Okay.
Because these humans, they're so interesting.
So, about another half an hour goes past, and the door leading further into the palace opens up, and Lady Adeline walks out into the room to you. And she has a warm smile as she carries herself with formality, and she looks to the guard that's in the room with you and says, "It's all right, you can leave us." He nods and leaves through the exit door, close it behind him. I wasn't expecting the message to be protected by so many, but due to its importance, I fully understand why. Thank you for bringing that. You could potentially have just saved and preserved Brey Harbour's independence.
You're welcome.
You're very eclectic group of travelling companions.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Yo. Yeah, thank you.
This,
This was a mission deemed important enough for all of the major players to be involved.
I look at the bear.
Everyone at the
What
top
was that
and at the
word
bottom.
mean, by the
That's a
way?
point. Sorry.
what did you say, Reverend?
I was asking the bear, what does that word mean, by the way?
What word?
Eclectic.
Rando selection
Oh,
of uniqueness.
I know unique.
You should be decently compensated for your time. I'm not sure what my good friend Blackwall presented for you to help you on this journey.
Unfortunately, it was 100 each.
Are we to be reimbursed for room and boarding?
Well, anything that I can do to compensate you for your time and effort for completing this this delivery.
We paid a lot for the horses.
Oh, how much do they charge you? Is it they trying to charge 10 silver a horse again?
20
20.
per horse.
She looks genuinely surprised.
My character doesn't. Not at all.
I'm going to have words with the stable master. Right, I will... And she reaches into her folds of her dress and she pulls out a small coin purse. And she goes to Null 9 and she puts in your hand a platinum piece.
Ooh.
Where
This will undoubtedly cover the cost of the horses, and when you next see the stable master, if you tell him that I would like a word with him at his earliest convenience to talk about his pricings.
I told you guys we would be reimbursed.
Very well, I can pass the message on.
Well, I do hope that the positive sides of Ferrusmere City entertain you for the rest of your stay here. But I unfortunately do have other matters to attend to. But I'm sure this won't be the last time we speak to each other. Thank you again, from the bottom of my heart, for preserving that which needs to be preserved in this world.
You're welcome.
She smiles warmly at you all and curtsies, and then turns on her heels and walks back into the palace.
There is a woman not to be trifled with.
What happened in the meeting?
You have the room to yourselves, yeah.
Let's just before we start that conversation, should we leave this place?
It's probably not a good idea to linger here.
All right.
So shall we
Back
head
to the tavern?
Back to the tavern? Yes, I think that might be good.
I think that'd be a great idea.
Okay. You
Tavern time.
leave the tavern time. You leave the palace grounds and you retrace your steps. As you pass the front of the Grand Chapel, you can see that the fire is completely fettered out now, and it's just smouldering ash, which is being cleared up, and the remains being removed by a small group of 4 automatons, which have been dash painted white with a red striping across their faces in a diagonal, as they are literally scooping into burlap sacks and throwing on a wagon the remains.
Oh, it's a fire risk.
I bet you there's an unpleasant smell as well.
Yes, it's not nice. Well, you get automatons to do that sort of shit.
On the way back to the inn, I'm going to see if we're still being followed.
Okay, give me another perception.
18?
Because of your previous success, you can tell that you are still being followed.
Okay. I'm going to give Aiden or whoever's next to him at this point a nudge to let them know.
Probably me, let's be honest. I will sort of, under my breath, sort of say, can you continue watching them and see if they follow us all the way to the tavern?
So
Okay.
yeah, I'll try and keep an eye on them to see if they continue to follow us.
Okay. I'll keep that perception check for the rest of the journey. And you get through the civic quarter and then into the merchant quarter, and you either lose sight of them, you think, for a moment, but then you realise that they've turned off. They've stopped following.
I'll let her know that they've stopped following once we left the civic quarter.
Okay.
Okay. And you make your way back to the Hearthstone, and this is just after lunch now, the time of day. It's pretty packed up. There's lots of people in for their middays. You see, you see Alara behind the bar, working hard. Eamon is stood at a table, talking with what seems to be either a young group of adventurers or travellers of some description. What would you like to do?
Find a table, I guess.
Okay. You can.
It's quite. Sorry, you said it's quite sort of busy in
It's
there?
quite busy, but there are still a few available
Like-
tables. There's a booth at the
Right.
back that's available. Oh, don't you start doing that shit again. There is a booth at the back
That
that's...
wasn't aimed at me, let's just be honest.
Don't start that shit again.
Not this time. It's alright, I'm not the bard anymore, so I'm less annoying. The reason I ask is I just want to know like how much noise and stuff there is in here.
There's enough to have a comfortable lull of noise where you can talk at a table and not worry about being eavesdropped on.
Okay, cool. I probably will suggest that we maybe don't go to the booth because that looks a bit sus. Can we find like a table that's kind of in the ruckus where people will just be talking and not listening to us?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a table in the middle of the room, not dead centre, but just in the midst of the middle of the room that you can all sit down and around. Once you all sit down, you see this halfling girl comes up to the table with a tray and 6 glasses, and puts a pitcher of water on the table and flips the glasses onto the table for you all. Goes, hey, I'm Elena. I'll be serving you. What can I get you?
I probably know what they serve. I will have some ale or something, whatever is good and relatively cheap.
Yeah, not a problem. We have a Ferrusmere Frosties. Not a problem. We can do that for you. We'll be right back.
That sounds very good.
My cat, you see my character's lit curls and say, yeah, all right.
Yeah, a few moments pass, and she brings back 6 pitchers of very frothy ale.
My cat just sniffs, and you see him curl up his nose.
Yeah. You taste it, Garrett. It's fucking skippy piss. It's not good.
Jacks, basically.
Oh yeah, it is not good at all. It is as far as Garrick's concerned, this is like fizzy water.
You humans need to learn how to brew beer. See what you say.
And eventually, some food will also be brought out to you as well. There'll be like platters of a lamb that's been cooked and cut up, and there's also a fruits and a salad selection as well. The salad.
Anyway, enough of
I
this.
will have a selection of said foods.
Lovely.
And then, like, once I've filled up my plate, I'm not gonna like sit down and just like turn to Nolan and be like,
Yeah, actually, that's
yeah.
Everyone's gonna be looking at you.
All eyes on.
Well, it was certainly interesting conversation to hear. I'll give it that. Apparently, this cult that attacked Brey Harbour has been giving them problems for a while now. But I don't think it's possibly not situated just Brey Harbour. So the Inquisitors know about it as well. And they've investigated them as well. So he knew about it before going in. But the Inquisitor also lied at the meeting. He told that king that Brey Harbour couldn't defend itself, but left out the fact that they used a ship to ram the defences. So he's been misleading that council and the information he's been telling them about Brey Harbour. He wants Brey Harbour back in with Ferrusmere City under its control.
well, I think we called that. What did we see? So I wasn't in the room. Did we see who came out of the room, i.e. who was in the meeting? Sorry, that's aimed at mine.
You guys didn't see who was in the meeting as well. Only Null9 saw. But Null9, you know that one of them was a king. You recognised... You recognised Governor Thorne, and you laid it out of line, you now know, and you saw the Inquisitor.
So yeah, the Chief Inquisitor, Governor Thorne from the city of Brey Harbour, Lady Adeline, who obviously we've all now met, and the guy that rules Ferrusmere.
So, what did Governor Thorne have to say about the fact that the Inquisitor was trying to get control of Brey Harbour back? Thanks.
He appeared to be siding with the Inquisitor up until that letter was delivered. and then showed quite a bit of relief on when Lady Adeline dropped the bomb, the
Yeah.
the fireball on the Inquisitor. I need another D&D reference.
I'm just looking through my notes.
What was that, Matt? You cut out.
Just as a player, what's the lady's name?
Lady Adeline.
Lady.
Yeah, Lady Adeline, Lady Adeline, either or.
That's fine.
It's actually not. It's one or the other, but I'm not going to tell you which.
Even in
It's fine.
politics.
All we have to do is walk up to her, get her name wrong, and she should correct us.
As far as Icarus is concerned, it's 10:30, and bring a friend.
I don't understand why Governor Thorne would not argue against that. From what I remember, it was Governor Thorne's petitions to the king which essentially made Brey Harbour split in the first place. So why would he want to agree with the Inquisitor?
It's not very strong will. I think he blows with the wind. So I think he won't necessarily stand up to the Inquisition or the king if he's obliged to. I think he'll just go with them.
But it sounded like he did stand up to them before.
Not in. I don't think he not in the same way as he's done with here. Not when war is involved. He might be good at doing, diplomacy or trade, commerce, because that's how they gained a lot of their independence through the commerce. So it may be when it comes to wars, he doesn't have the same kind of strength.
We also don't know if the Inquisitor has something over his head or not.
Maybe, possibly.
I'm gonna put it past him.
You can assume the Inquisitor has a big black book on everyone, and is
Indeed.
not afraid to wield it like a sledgehammer, because that's the way the Inquisition works.
How would you wield a book like a sledgehammer?
Metaphorically.
If they,
Oh. I understand that.
they are brutal. I mean, they've had some brushes with the dwarves, but we're big enough and ugly enough to not to be afraid to brush them aside. They have tried to push into dwarven interests, but they
That's
won't.
interesting.
They haven't.
I guess if you
succeeded.
think about it, sticks and stones may break my bones, but if you hit hard enough with a book, that I guess words would hurt you.
Pen is mightier than the sword. When you attach it to a book. Anyway, so yes, well, it may be a case that we need to move about, but it seems we're going into the dwarven realms. And I look at the bar and say, looks like well, there might be some decent ale for a start. Shit, really, do we have to drink this?
Unfortunately. Unless you want to spend more on other things.
I might be obliged to. I mean, Jesus Christ. Hell,
Drink more of it and then you will care less.
No, I'm a dwarf. If I drink more of this, I'll just be sick. It's disgusting. And I wave over the halfling and say,
Oh, hey, sir, how can I help you?
do you have any dwarven beer?
Dwarven beer. Oh, I'll have to have a look at the stocks and see what we got out of the back. I'll be right back with you, sir. Runs
Are
off.
you gonna drink that?
I might have to. We'll have to. Just hang on. All right. Let's just see what she comes back with.
Okay.
Jeez. Are you thirsty or something? Jesus.
Oh, I was just taught never to waste. Never waste, get wasted.
That's fair. I suppose that is fair. I mean, we're not keen on wasting stuff either. Well, I'm gonna wait a little while.
Okay. A few minutes pass, and she comes back with a clay jug that you see has had molded into the jug a dwarven family crest, and you know this to be from the family of the brewmasters, who specialize in heritage of beer making. I've been I've been told that we do have this one, sir. It's gonna cost you a pretty penny. It's the only one we have left in stock. It's gonna be 10 silvers.
I pass her a gold and say, no problem.
Oh.
Because it's worth its weight in gold, mate.
And she smiles and she scurries away, biting the coin to make sure it's real.
I sit back and I drink. Yeah, you can have that now because I've got this. This is a real
Thank
ale.
you.
Don't even ask. My character drinks it.
It's like manna from heaven.
Yeah, it's real beer. None of this rubbishy. Right.
Amazing.
So, I will. Are there any other dwarves in the area?
In the tavern, yeah, there's a couple of dwarfs. You do see a couple sat at a table with a gnome and also with another humanoid species, but definitely not human. As you do see, like pinned back ears, slightly not like pointed, but they're definitely like serrated. On the back side of them, quite a pallid skin color, and a bit of a like bluey green tinge to their hair. From this angle, hard to tell if it's male or female.
Possibly. Is it the fish people? Who knows? Might be somebody. See, mind you, maybe he's an adventurer too. Anyway. So my character finishes his beer. He's like, oh, geez, I can't believe this is all they've got. Anyway, I've got some places to be, people to meet, things to do, and I will be back with you, ladies and gents, shortly. Or maybe not, but I should be back before the end of the night. And he walks off.
Okay, you go to leave. As you open the door, you are met with a set of full plate iron greaves. As you look up, you see an imposing figure of a woman in a darkened plate armor set, black cloak hinged just under the pauldrons, with a steely glare of her amber eyes look directly at you. Can you make a willpower save for me, please?
Or mind
We're
if
in
we're about
D&D
to be
5e.
arrested.
Oh,
that is
sorry.
not a thing.
Sorry.
Nor mind if we're about to be arrested.
Wisdom
eat
save,
the
please.
platinum coin.
Eat the platinum.
Wisdom.
Swallow it. We'll
Waste.
get it back later.
In a couple of days.
So that's a wisdom save, yeah?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
should probably add that
That's
to my sheet, actually.
Probably.
Right, here we go. Wisdom save. Oh, that's not bad. 18.
18. As chilling and foreboding as this person is, you don't feel gripped by that instant sensation of fear. As she looks at you, noticing you're not moving, goes, "Move, halfling." Or would you prefer half man?
Oof.
More moron.
And you hit.
I walk around her, but I do knock into her with my shoulder.
Okay.
And he's arrested.
Into her kneecap with your shoulder.
She will remember
How tall
that.
is she? I'm a dwarf, not a fucking halfling. Seriously?
Still
What's
like
she,
her waist.
3 meters tall? I mean, what? No, dwarves
You can hit like their forearm.
Yeah, much only forearm or whatever. So, because she's just like, that was incredibly rude, and I'm a dwarf, not a halfling. Obviously a dwarf, not a halfling. And I just stroll past her. Out
Or do
off the
you
street and
feel
away.
bad that you're experiencing racism?
I can't
Aw.
just racism all the fucking time.
I
He's a
know, but we're
dwarf.
being.
He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
do.
he knows if it comes down to a fight between humans and dwarves, dwarves are gonna fucking burn them all. Because they're just so much better.
Unless they're a higher level.
Doesn't matter. Even if they were high level, dwarves are superior in every way.
For some reason, I'm fucking. Where did I put all my notes on that? It's fine. You walk past it, and you do see that she is followed by 2 other larger individuals, males, you presume from the stature, in same black plate armor. And as you walk past them, you do see on the backs of their cloaks they have a red cross going like an X going across the back of the black cloak.
Nice.
As she steps into the tavern, a hush falls over the bar as everyone kind of like has a quick look up and says, "Oh shit," and just looks at their drinks. And you see this woman walk in with a tied up bun of brown hair with an undercut still loose down on the shoulders, tanned olive skin with piercing amber eyes. You see 3 sets of facial scars across the cheeks with almost like a glinting of metal in the ridges of it. You see that almost like charred black is a dull black, not shiny at all. Almost captures and absorbs the light rather than reflects it. In this full plate armor, you see a sword hilt dangling off the back of her hip, and a dagger hilt on the other side. As she scans the room, and Elena moves up uneasy and says, "Barseeker Kale, can I help you?" He looks across the room, doesn't even make eye contact with the owner. He says, "We received word that you are playing host to Weird Blood." And there's like gasps of shock around the room. "I promise you, my lady, I would certainly have," and she just literally holds her by the throat and walks her back to the bar and sits her on a bar stool and pats her on the shoulder. And again, her eyes have not left the room. "It's come to our attention this person has been seen here today." And their eyes gaze across the table that you're all sat on. And it's almost like she's like reading into you. "We're told this person didn't travel alone." The heavy footsteps almost become amplified in your minds as she musters around the room. The 2 other flanking soldiers walk around the edges of the room, the far corners. "We're told this person has been here before. Hiding will only make your case worse. Take this opportunity and come forward. I will only be this gracious once. If I have to act first, I will not be gentle." There's just like a deafening silence in the room. And then Silas bolts from the stage and makes a run for the door.
Oh no.
And you see the two guards pull swords as he turns and strums his fiddle, and a wave sets off and knocks one of them down. There's screaming, people are diving under tables, trying to move out of the way. And in the blink of an eye, as he is panicked, turning and looking around the room, he turns to run back the door, run towards the door, and she's there in front of him. And all you hear is a as he runs onto her sword.
Nice.
Yes. And she says, "I gave you every opportunity." Grabs him gently by the back of the neck and forces him onto the sword, and you see it protrude by the bottom of his spine. "And I told you I would not be gentle." And you hear a click as you see the sword tip split. And then she starts to pull the sword out, and literally the sword tip catches in his back. And she then turns and starts to drag him, using the sword as a grapple. And you just hear him screaming as he's then dragged out of the inn. The two larger guards, thundering their footsteps, make their way out. And one turns to Elena, who's sat shocked, trying to catch her breath at the bar, and puts a gold coin down, and then turns and walks out and closes the door behind him. And Elena's almost like trying to hold back tears welling up.
We can't hear you if you're talking, Matt.
Not saying anything yet because my character's on the outside looking in, so he's.
Yeah, you'd have only got about
brushed past.
halfway across the plaza, and then heard a little bit of a commotion, and then seen the after effect.
Yeah, I'm like psycho bitch.
Oh yeah, he's like coughing up blood and everything, and just being dragged through the street.
Nice, psycho bitch, psycho bitch. Well, I'm going to go and meet some of my colleagues within the dwarven community. I'm going to head off to a meeting place, which I'm sure there will be numerous
Absolutely.
places for me to go.
Yeah, in fact, there you will be able to find, using your thieves' cant, find a few entrances to underground meeting places, where you find the Black Market, which is an underground network, almost like a small undervillage beneath Ferrusmere City. Populated with many ne'er-do-wells.
Right. Okay. Well, there will be a broker who will be in contact with this, the capital, because they'll have their spies. So, on almost a sort of a spy master, if you wish. And I'm going to seek him out, or her out. I don't know. Don't know. And I'm going to, because I want to pass on some information that needs to go to the capital.
Sorry, say that again, man. What did you say?
I said
I heard
I'm
that.
going to go and, because there'll be a spy master or an information broker in the area, who will pass information back up to the capital.
Yeah.
Back up to my people in the Captain Lockbreaker clan in the capital, because they're the bosses, really. And he wants to pass some information. Basically, the information he's learned about what's happened, and the fact the Inquisition might be trying to muscle in, and he wants to pass that back up to the dwarves so they can keep an eye out the Inquisition, particularly also for this cult, because they may or may not be suffering in the same way as the humans are.
It's fair. Okay.
So yeah, he's just going to look around for someone like I said, either a spy master or an information broker or something, somebody who will pass that information up.
Okay, yeah, you'll definitely be able to find a broker. Who goes by the name Shadow Broker.
Surely not.
Who will, for a price, will pass on the information that you wish. So to pass it as far and wide as you're wanting it to be passed, it's going to cost you a gold.
Maybe I pay him a gold. In fact, I'll pay him 2 gold. So because I want it done fairly rapidly. I also want my clan to be the first ones to learn, because undoubtedly it will get spread elsewhere. One accepts this will happen, but he wants his clan to be the first one to learn.
Okay.
So when it hits the fan, they're not going, what? Why? They can just simply go, yeah, we planned for this. We know you're going to do this, because we're going to do you. Because it's not that we don't trust the humans. Oh no, hang on, no, we don't trust the humans. Not at all.
Because humans are bullshit.
Yeah, yes, they definitely are. So I'll remove 2 gold, and I'll get them to send it, because undoubtedly I'll also send as part of that message that we will be heading that way. There will be a group of us, and I'll specify the group with the entertainer.
Okay.
Of course. And we will be heading that way. I believe there's going to be a party, but to be honest, his services most probably will be available for other things if they're around. But I will act as his broker in this matter. Player talk. I need to earn a bit of moolah, and that might be a good way to do it.
Just wedging yourself in as the middleman. I like it.
Yeah. Well, why not? It's an opportunity to earn a little bit extra money. So why not, eh? Why not?
That's it. I'm not going to stop you. It's not my place to stop you.
So, and after he's done that, he's going to pop back and go back in.
Okay. That'll take you the rest of the day. Okay. So the rest of you, after the events in the pub, you are in post retrieval? I don't know. Kidnapping? I don't know what you'd call it. Abduction. Abduction is a good word. We'll go with abduction.
Yep.
Does that happen normally in the big city?
More often than you'd think.
I told you they didn't like magic users.
We should keep a low profile.
Yes.
I think all of us keeping a bit of a low profile might be a good idea.
I think I'm gonna get some.
But he was performing, wasn't he? Right. He was on stage performing. There's no one performing. Icarus, there's no patients that need quiet right now. You could play music.
I'm not
Yeah,
there.
I'll offer to play to get a performance under my belt.
Elena still looks a bit shaken, but she's like, I think we could all use a bit of distraction, so if you are able to, by all means.
Absolutely, I can.
So give me a performance roll.
Woo!
I'll pull out my flute and just say, if you need me, I'm here.
24.
I don't think he needs me.
He doesn't need anyone. He's the man.
With a 24, that is, yeah, that's amazing. That's good. That is very, very good. It's what are you playing? Tell me. Paint me the picture.
Ain't me.
Paint me like your like your little French girls.
Paint me like one of your French cows.
I'm going to sing one of the songs that sings about like Ferrusmere's, as in the city, rise to power, and it's like glory and all this. Something a bit like that isn't going to piss off any guards that may be hiding in the crowd, sort of thing.
Playing to the correct audience. Well done, sir.
Yeah, something that's like ties to their history, like something that's everyone's proud of, like almost like a King Arthur type story.
Okay. The founding of Ferrusmere is always something that brings everyone together.
That's the one.
Because it was a time before the Crimson Dawn rose to power. Yeah, that seems to almost like it just warms everyone's hearts, and there is a sense of deep camaraderie because anyone in Ferrusmere claims they can trace their lineage back to the first foundings. So, yeah, and there is a few people that do chuck some money your way. You receive 45 silver in tips.
Hey, I'll add that to the.
I'd like a management fee for convincing you to go up there.
Sure, I'll give him 15 of the silver.
15, even better.
Excellent, I love it. So, what are you doing now, guys? The day is yours.
I think I'm just gonna sort of, mingle with the crowd, let them know that the Great Icarus is here, grab some food, and have a rest.
Okay. It's early afternoon by this point, so you have time to do whatever you want to do.
Go for a wander.
Wanna go? Yeah? Okay.
Suggest that you stay to the. Did you call it the common quarter, Martin?
Common quarter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest in going into the civic or the royal quarter.
Fair. Okay. Reverend, are you doing anything?
I'll probably find my own room and spread out on the probably small bed.
It's you. Yeah, you are. Jack is too big. Jack is too tall. It's not.
I'll go diagonally to make as much room as possible.
It's nearly just right. It's just so not. It's just nearly right. It's almost disappointing. But somehow you're okay with that.
Yep.
Theodore, are you doing anything?
Scott's not here.
Where's he gone?
He left like 5 minutes ago.
Did.
Bip, did he say he's coming back or?
Don't know. We haven't heard.
Haven't heard it.
Oh, well, so
He
far.
messaged me saying he was feeling quite tired, but that was the last I heard. But that was before he logged off.
Right. Okay, well, if he comes back, he comes back. So, 9. You go for a wander around the common district. And you do again, you see people busying their day. You see children playing in the streets. You see merchants hawking their wares. You see bulletin boards. You do see that there is town criers offering up news of the day. Is there anything that you're particularly got your mind set on?
Just checking out the stalls.
What type of stall are you looking for? You're looking for a smith? Are you talking like clothier? Curio shop?
Curio.
I thought so.
I was curio because it's more interesting stuff.
You do find a shop called Top Hat Tat.
Okay.
You walk in, and it is probably the cleanest curio shop you've ever seen in your journeys. It is very tidy, very well kept, and you do see a young tiefling couple stood behind the counter, and Hello there. How can we help you today? Welcome to Top Hat Tat.
Hiya. Just browsing?
Please, by all means, browse away.
So I'll browse around this rails and see what they've got.
Okay. You can see that they have a lot of like stuff like jars of like what you think maybe like kobold teeth and another like necklace of goblin ears and jars with strange like sticky viscous fluids in it. Smells awful.
Hey, well, this merchant's lucky they're on this continent.
You do see they also have like tomes. They have books. Some of them are like journals and diaries and like fantastical proses and adventure stories and horror stories.
Anything regarding the Laughing God?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. I don't know. 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, give me a second. Because you. There we go. In amongst the tomes, you find books on pantheons. You find books on more warm books on the blessed origins of the order, and other books on mythologies and legends. And then, as you're sifting through, a tattered bundling of scrollwork falls out. Has no marking on it at all. And as you pick it up and you open it, the titling states the fate. Ooh, where is it? Where's it gone? Gone. Hang on. Sorry, 1 second. The fate of the banished laugher. The fate of the banished laugher. And it's a kind of half faded and forgotten. It's like a written account of like a hearsay story. And it speaks of a deity so malevolent and twisted that even the divine gods united in their efforts to imprison them. And this deity was known as the Banished Laugher, a malevolent entity that revelled in chaos, cruelty, and the torment of mortals. And the story goes that long ago, as the pantheon of gods watched in horror, the Banished Laugher wrought devastation and misery on the mortal plane. In response, Corellin, Bahamut, Moradin, and others combined their divine might to subdue the malevolent god. They bound him in chains forged from the essence of celestial stars, encasing him in an astral prison beyond the reach of mortal. But it's said there will come a time when those who will hear his echoed laughter from beyond the stars, and they shall rise in a force of revival, and on that blessed day they will awaken the world to the sound of astral laughter.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. I'll take that, and I'll take that, and I'm gonna take one of the tomes of Myths and Legends. Myths and Legends.
Okay, Myths and Legends, that's a different story
Shut up.
altogether.
Yeah, shut up. And I'll take them up to the counter.
Okay. Oh, we don't actually have that scroll on catalogue. Is that yours? Did you come in with that?
No, found it on your shelf.
Oh, not a problem. I can do a quick pricing on that. So for the tome, I'm gonna say 10 silvers, and for the scroll, let's say 5 because it's not on the books.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you pay your 15. Have a nice day. Unless there's anything else we can do for you.
No, this will be fine, thanks.
Okay. And you leave the shop. And you hear amongst the crowd, you do hear the sound of stifled crying. Like someone's trying to stop themselves from crying. And you follow the sound of it, and you see a woman at a notice board just finished pinning something up and just walked away.
Okay. What has she pinned up? When she's walked away, what's she pinned up on the board?
You go up to the board and have a look-see. And it simply says, missing. Child, tiefling, answers to Alicia. Missing since last night. Please help. I can be found to discuss, and then there's an address on there. 43 Cheapside.
Okay, I'll memorize it. What else is on the board?
As you are looking, give me a quick investigation with advantage.
Okay. Wait, one.
You won. You see that there's about 6 or 7 different missing posters. Different weatherings on the paper or parchment that's been used. So some of them have been up there for days, maybe weeks. Who knows? Another one's about a wife gone missing. A dryad. Another one is about a furbolg that's gone missing. Another one is about a gnome that's gone missing.
So all the missings are are not pure human,
Doesn't seem to be.
Weird blood.
but potentially all have the ability to cast magic.
Potentially.
Okay. I'll make a mental note of all of it. I'm gonna head back to the inn to see if everybody else is still there.
Okay. Well, you go back to the inn, and the Reverend has, by this point, has gone up to his room, so he won't be downstairs. Aiden, what did you say you were doing?
Not a lot really. Hanging out, watching people, sitting with anyone who stayed here with me.
Okay. So Theodore and Aiden will still be sat talking
Fucking shopping
and...
without Aiden?
Yes, well done.
Yeah, you did.
You saw it could happen.
I'm playing a different character, okay? I have to do different things.
The umbilical has been cut.
It's
and,
not ready.
and you can see Icarus is still on the stage. Fingers blazing those strings on his lute.
What happened if somebody booed them?
Oh, that look. That look.
I have 2 words. Eldritch Blast.
You can't Eldritch Blast me here.
Oh.
He could.
Let his ego handle it.
Hey, if you do, I don't fucking know you. You're on your own, sucker.
Sucker.
Don't say that.
Anyway, I'll head back to the table and I'll join Aiden.
Okay.
Shall I reappear at this point?
You'll reappear shortly. She only went for she was only out for about an hour or so. You sit back down at the table.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sit down quite happily to read my book that I bought, and I'm gonna hand a certain parchment over to Aiden.
Thanks. What was this?
Have a little read. You might find it interesting.
Okay. I will unroll it
And you see the same fable or legend or myth that was described to Null 9 about the banished laugher.
Okay.
You need me to tell you about it again?
Yeah. If it's gonna, if I need to know what it is, I can rewatch the stream and remind myself of it.
That's fine, I don't mind.
Okay, yes, please.
There exists a half-forgotten myth, one that speaks of a deity so malevolent, so twisted that even the divine gods of the realm united in their efforts to imprison him. This deity was known as the Banished Laugher. This entity revelled in chaos, cruelty, and the torment of mortals. The parchment continues. Long ago, as the pantheon of gods watched in horror, the Banished Laugher wrought devastation and misery upon the mortal plane. In response, Corellon, Bahamut, Moradin, and others combined their divine might to subdue the malevolent god. They bound him in chains forged from the essence of celestial stars, encasing him in an astral prison beyond the reach of mortals. Over time, the memory of the banished laughter faded and relegated to myth and whispered legend. But over time, there are those who would see about a revival, and one day the people would hear the sound of astral laughter once again.
Interesting.
I know.
I found that
Why?
in a curio shop. But also something interesting as well.
What?
There's a lot of people missing from the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not only are they missing, but none of them are what the Crimson Dawn would class as pure human.
Right.
And potentially all could be using weird magics.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they are, it's likely that the Crimson Dawn's done away with them.
But it's such a varied group of people. I mean, the last one to get posted up was a child.
The Crimson Dawn are brutal enough to dispatch a child if they show weird blood tendencies. So it may not be them, but this sucks and I hate them and I don't want to be here, so I'm going to assume it's them.
Yeah, I'm not the only one that doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
I long to get back out of this form and fly the mountains again.
Yeah. It's been a while since we were up there.
Well, time will
Pulling
move
up the
on.
map. Sorry, 1 second.
No, carry on, please do. I live for the interaction.
Yeah, no, it's cool. There are mountains around Ferrusmere City, as you probably saw, but I wouldn't fly around in those. If we do end up going out west, if If Garrick can get us into Dark Aldir, then we can fly around those mountains potentially, but I wouldn't recommend doing it here.
At that point, the door opens and Garrick walks back in.
Timing.
I go back over to the desk, table, and I sit down and go, right. Well, how are we doing? Anything exciting? Well, I would say anything exciting happened, but I saw what happened. Wow, she's a psycho. I'll have to be careful of that one.
Did I recognize her? Like, you said that she was in all black armor and had a red cross down her back, right?
Give me a history check with advantage.
History check with advantage. Oh, that was almost a natural 20.
Oh,
That was a 10.
that's fine. The 10 will pass it. You, for a second, it's on the tip of your tongue. But then you remember that Elena called her Farseeker Kale. And you remember hearing almost like boogeyman stories of the Crimson Dawn's hunter.
Okay.
She had a tenacity and a knack for rooting out weird bloods, those with arcane tendencies, who present themselves as threats to the glory of Ferrusmere City. But everyone knows it was for the interest of the Crimson Dawn's inclinations.
Mm-hmm.
Purge the heretic.
Burn their faces first.
Well, I don't see what reason at the moment we have for staying here much longer. So
we wish to head over to our bard's next appointment.
The bar's appointment's 3
Oh,
weeks away.
I meant
Yeah,
the
but we can
city.
head that way. Well, we can. It'll take us a while to get there. It's not close. It'll take us probably over a week to get there. So
Is it not here? Where's the appointment?
no, didn't he say his appointment's in the dwarven capital?
No, it was somewhere below some tower.
Yes.
Below the tower.
I don't actually have
the
the map up. I have no idea where it is.
I
Well,
do. Where did they say that the appointment was, Martin?
Well, the bard's just over there. You could ask him.
Yeah, but he's busy.
I'm just saying, player interaction. But you were all present for the conversation, and
Exactly. Yeah.
Caleb was organising an event to be taking place in the ruins on the western shores of Clarithor's Tower Lake.
So that's the one that's not far from the dwarven capital, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically this is
Indeed,
it's been done for the dwarves of Dol Guldur, as almost like an ambassadorial sort of event. For those who haven't tasted of the fine musings of the Great Horned One.
Well, Garrick is right. It will take us some time to get over there. I really don't want to stay in the city more than we have to, or longer than we have to. So, once the others back, I guess we can talk to them about going. I don't think there's anything else we need to do in the city, is there?
No, not unless you want to help start looking for missing people.
In the nicest way possible, not really,
No,
because I'm pretty sure I know where they've gone. So,
And it won't be good for anybody. I wouldn't suggest you. I
Exactly.
know it's not entirely what you want to hear, but do not involve yourself unless you're obliged. Because
indeed.
yeah, you can guarantee that there are people here who don't care and will use these people for sport.
and let's face it, we just delivered a missive that pissed off the Inquisition.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
we definitely.
So we
made it up.
really don't want to be
Yeah.
drawing attention to ourselves.
I suggest we stay tonight, and then go and deliver our message to our dwarven colleague. Hopefully, you'll get a shoeing off the back of that. But there we go.
Our dwarven colleague, is that someone in Dark Old Ear?
No, that's the stable master.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
The one that's going to have a meeting with our illustrious colleague, or the lady we dropped the meeting in.
Martin, how long do I estimate it will take us to get down to the ruins?
To the ruins, it's probably going to be around about a 4-day ride.
Okay. Do you think, Garrick, that we would be welcome to stay in Dark Old Ear for a couple of weeks?
No doubt about it. No doubt. If he's entertaining for the dwarves, that they will most probably want him to stay there. To be brutally honest, I would suggest there will be dwarven caravans that will be moving across, or traders anyway, that will be moving across. So I would suggest we take. It will be slightly slower, but it'll be a lot safer than riding on our own.
Certainly.
So.
Well, I would be more inclined to leave here sooner and spend some time in the city over there.
Yes,
So
I think
night here, then leave.
Yes, I'll pop out again this afternoon, this evening I should say, and see if there are any caravans. I think there will be caravans moving regularly between the two capitals. Make no mistake, while we don't treat non-dwarves in the way that they treat non-humans, there is a certain element of snobbery. So just be aware.
Have been to the city before, yeah.
Just be aware, for all those who don't. Like I said, we don't hate you, but we may look down on you a little bit. Particularly...
Metaphorically.
Yes. Just...
Never
We
literally.
might view you as a little primitive. No disrespect. But it's just the way that they will look. Alright? Just be aware. As long as you're polite. Plus they serve the best beer. They serve the best beer.
Much better than this. She sort of...
You swill the
I
dregs
wouldn't
around, and it's hard to get that last mouthful in. It's like that. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I pointed that. I wouldn't even describe that as beer. I have to.
Yeah, I agree, I think.
So, yes. So
Even the orcs have better stuff than this.
actually, some of the orc brew is a bit feisty. Actually, we have some experience dealing with the orcs, and yes, some of it's quite feisty. I wouldn't say tasteful,
Indeed.
but
Well,
taste is one way of putting it. But anyway, enough of that.
My eyes have
so-
glazed over at this point.
cool.
Okay.
If Icarus does finish his set and come to join us, then I will sort of relay the information, say that we're sort of planning to stay here tonight and then leave tomorrow, if that's okay with him.
Sounds good, but I do have to be back in 3 weeks' time.
No, we're heading to your gig.
We're heading to your gig, yeah.
Thought the gig was.
No.
No,
Me
Why
too.
not
me?
Apparently, it's in the ruins on the
Well.
western
Oh,
shore. Of...
Blanked out for a second. I'm not gonna lie, that's on me. But
Wow.
Yes. Okay, cool. We'll head to the gig. I'm so sorry.
Fucking
Yeah.
wow.
I heard everyone was heading to the dwarven place, and I was just like, I don't know why we're going there.
obviously not.
Oh,
I'm
my
not-
brain
I'm
is.
just-
Sorry.
I'm not saying it. I'm not. Just
All good.
just no. Just no.
Oof. But yeah, cool. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
So I will hop off out again, and I'll head off to most probably. I won't need to go down to the lower village. I think this time I will head off towards most probably a trading outpost, looking for a dwarven trader,
Okay.
and see when the caravans are due to. Well, see if a caravan is due to leave tomorrow.
Okay, so first of all, you need to give me an investigation check to try and find a dwarven trader for Dark Order.
Right, here we go. Dirty 20.
Hey.
Wow. You will eventually find a dwarven trader who is trading for 1 second, and I will give you. Where is it? I need to get this monitor sorted out. It keeps blacking out on me. Sorry.
Right.
Okay. Oh, where are you gone? I literally had it a second ago. I had it all in front of me.
Is it the same as what I sent you?
No. No, it's not. This is something else. This is the problem I'm having. I need to categorize my notes and split them into different files, honestly.
There we go.
No, where is it? Here we go. So you do find a trader who, from the side of his wagons, you see it's from from House Glittergold, who are quite renowned mining family, specifically in the crystal mines below Darkledur. And you do see a slightly younger dwarf with a shortened beard. It's growing, but it's not quite there yet. It's in what you would consider the makings of. To everyone else, it's a big bushy beard, but for you, it's like, you're trying, mate. Come on, he's a young'un. Give him a chance. He sees you approaching and goes, "Oh, good day."
Good day, sir. I'm actually speaking to him in Dwarven.
Oh, he speaks Dwarven back to you, and almost like, "Oh, so it's lovely to hear the native tongue spoken in such foreign lands."
Yes, it is. Particularly in this place. Ugh. Desperate to get away, in fact. Do you have a caravan leaving tomorrow?
I'm just finishing up business. I should be heading back either tomorrow or the next day, as soon as my business is finished. Yes.
Ah, right. Well, I was gonna. We were thinking of leaving tomorrow, preferably. And I wanted to know if I could travel along with you, or what myself and my colleagues travel along with you. We're travelling with Ickle, with a famous bard, and he's going over. He's going to the home to actually do a presentation, a sort of a concert, if you wish.
Oh.
He's been invited, so we're accompanying him, and we sort of want to go as soon as possible, really. And I thought, rather than just follow either ourselves or go on any old route, we'd travel as part of a dwarven caravan. A lot safer.
Of course, there's no.
More civilized.
No, indeed. The conversation, the songs, and the beers, always much more civilized in a dwarven caravan. again, it depends on how quickly I can finish my business, but I'm sure I can be persuaded to finish it sooner. You see, he starts thumbing his jacket buttons.
And how much persuasion would be required?
Oh, I'm sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to £8.50. He looks you up and down for a second, and you can see his eyes are beading your coin purse, trying to gauge the weight of it. He goes, "Oh, I'm sure for a golden opportunity like this, I'm sure I can think of at least maybe 2 or 3 reasons that might make me speed things up."
That's a lot
Yeah,
of money.
I tell you what, he reaches into his, shifts around a bit, pulls out 5 coins and says, "Here's 5 reasons for you to hurry everything along for tomorrow. Preferably first thing."
Do you put them in his hand?
Yeah, I give him the 5 gold pieces.
With his chubby fingers on his other hand, he does a quick sift on the coins, clenches them in his fist. He goes, "I believe my caravan can be ready by tomorrow morning first light."
Fantastic, sir. That is what I wanted to hear. It's always good to know that dwarves can always be relied on.
Absolutely, if we're nothing if not stalwart and steadfast.
Indeed. Right. Well, shall we meet you here tomorrow?
Yep, but absolutely. Just here, and the caravan will be ready to go.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. And my character, cough.
Puts them in his pocket, and then carries on. So you head back to the tavern. The evening's getting on now, and the day events and the experiences are weighing on you all quite a bit. And so you all turn in for the evening.
I will make everybody aware that we are leaving first thing in the morning, so I would suggest no one stays up too late getting too drunk. Because the dwarves, we will not wait. If you are not ready, you will be left behind.
And I think that's our cue to go to bed then.
Mm-hmm.
And so you turn in for the evening, and some of you find sleep easier than others. But the imagings of the pyre burning, the sights that you've seen in Ferrusmere, the attack in the tavern, the meetings of some of the bigger peace pushers, lingers with you a lot. But sleep does eventually come for you all. And that is where we're going to leave the session. Ready ahead of the journey to Darkholder tomorrow. How was that for everyone? Was it okay?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm so sad.
really
I was
good.
just exhausted.
Yeah. I think everyone is from
Yeah.
looking at you all. Wicked. And thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. If you watch it live, thank you very much for dropping on. If you watched it after the fact, we still appreciate you. It all makes some difference to our lives. So thank you for stopping in and helping us continue doing what we're doing. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time for episode 4 of our second campaign. And watch this space for other things that may be done in the meantime. You never know what might be happening with this channel. It's a bit of chaos here. We let it rain. So, until we next see you, take care of yourselves and each other, and always roll for initiative. Bye for now.
Bye.